Welcome to Tough Talk Media, where real conversations shape real impact. Join us as we dig deeper into thought-provoking perspectives that challenge, inform, and inspire action. Subscribe today and be part of the conversation.
Welcome back. And so we begin with the Anambra election. First of all, reviewing from the perspective of one of the candidates in that election, Mr. John Nwosu, candidate of the African Democratic Congress, joins us on the program virtually from Awka. Good morning, Mr. Nwosu. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, sir. So let's start from the results. It was an outstanding victory for the All Progressives Grand Alliance. And in fact, if you look at the results, he defeated you and all the other candidates in your own home polling units, or if you like, local government, Nnewi, for you and for the candidate of the All Progressives Congress. So some would say that from the start, the candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, had a clean, control or influence over all of Anambra State. So what are your thoughts on this particular pattern of election victory?
Well, I disagree. The election wasn't free and fair. It is a business of vote buying. If you recall, I was physically there with some of the law enforcement agencies who saw, as a matter of fact, in my ward, one of the polling booths, we have the former treasurer of APUGA. If you recall, I was a BOT member of APUGA as far back as 2014. So I know how they operate. One of the former treasurer of APUGA, holding a notebook where before you vote, you write your name, then you go and meet somebody in the house and collect money. So, Anambra State election is not fair. 99% of the people that voted APUGA and APC and the other parties collected money ranging from 3,000 naira to 20,000. That's exactly what happened. And my advice to federal government and all the government agencies that are entrusted with the election is for us to stop sweeping the effect of vote buying under the carpet. I listened to a public analyst a few minutes ago, Daya Kintobi, saying that, it shows that Soludo has done a wonderful job. I challenge Mr. Baya Kintobi. I will pay his airfare, pay his hotel bills, let him come, I take him around Anambra State for him to see things for themselves. You can't sit in Lagos and be saying things that you don't know. Media has a big role to play in the future of democracy in Nigeria. The most important thing to me, politics is not do or die for me. The most important thing is the process through which a leader is trumped up is more important than acquiring a position. You can, if you want even to investigate, you can investigate the church leaders, the traditional leaders, and the businessmen in Anambra State. How well has Soludo administration done? If the government has done well, there won't be any need of vote buying.
All right.
You know, when it happened in August 16, we shouted, we made noise about it. It continued. For me, I told the whole world from day one that I must maintain my integrity. I cannot buy votes.
All right.
That is what. And looking at even the figures, we don't believe that the figures that are being reported are the real figures of the election. If you ask, I'm aware, report reaching me says that the security agencies has apprehended the supporters of APC, Apuga in particular, caught with over 70-something million naira, which they are using in buying votes. And
all right.
Some bags of rice and all the rest of them.
All right, Mr. Nwosu,
prosecuted some of them.
Mr. Nwosu, if you have your own, figures backed up by, monitoring details, perhaps you want to provide it later on. But you said just moments ago that you used to be a member of APGA. You held a key position and you know how they operate. So had you remained in APGA, you would also be part of the vote buying that you are alleging. Are you only speaking up now because you have left the party and now a candidate of the ADC?
Well, when I was with APGA, the issue of vote buying wasn't up. It is failure when Peter Obi was in government.
No, but you just said you know how they operate.
That is what I meant by how they operate is how they get people to work, how they work together. I left APGA because of the fact that the government wasn't doing well, and there was no primary democracy. There was no internal democracy within APGA. That's the major reasons why I left APGA. Of course, today, what is happening is not the real APGA, if you ask me, because you notice quickly because of election, everybody came together to win an election and whatever. But I am challenging you. You have your correspondence in our Oka here. They have gone around, and I don't mind after this discussion to take them around Oka, let them bring the pictures of what is on ground in Anambra State.
All right.
I will take them down to Anambra State today. Because the media, I'm calling you on the media to help us solve the problem of Nigeria. Because you have a major role to play. Physically, things are on ground for everybody to see.
Mr. Nwosu,
if the administration has done well. There are only two major, what we count as projects, is finishing the government house that was started by His Excellency late Mbadinuju, 1999. Yes. As of today, nobody knows the cost of that project.
Mr. Nwosu,
knows the impact assessment.
All right, so
and the funds it.
What
is the impact to the economy of the state?
We are open to that challenge. I'm particularly open to that challenge that you have given us, and we'll come see things for ourselves. But I'm just worried because just last month, budgets, the report, according to Budget State of States reports released in the month of October, said or revealed that Anambra State emerged as the best performing state in Nigeria's 2025 fiscal performance ranking. So you question perhaps the performance of the incumbent who has now, of course, been retained. But my question is, politics, they say, is a game of numbers. And you are in a party, the ADC, where at the moment it's beginning to gain some sort of momentum. I wonder if perhaps you are really disappointed that the big wigs in your party, the ADC, did not give you the kind of support that you perhaps would have required to win this particular election. Some of whom have been in the corridors of power for more than 4 decades now.
Well, I'm not disappointed in my party. Why we got what we were given is because of vote buying. You don't know the effect of vote buying. You can talk to your correspondents that are physically in Anambra to explain. Vote buying, you see people, in fact, I have the pictures of APGA members that they gave tax of APGA canvassers. What is the job of these canvassers? People come to vote, they will stop them. And please, I want you to vote for APGA. The person will ask them, how much are you going to pay? That is what is exactly happening there. They will say, oh, we are paying 20,000, we are now paying 10,000. They will put their name on the list.
Mr. Nwosu.
Vote and show the thing to them.
Mr. Nwosu.
And you made mention about the report. that shows that Anambra State was the best performing. Let's go back to Phillips Consulting report on the states. You see Anambra State, when it comes to security, they were placed 33rd. Came to education, is around 34% or whatever. Then go back to Cable Index report of last year's IGR. You will see is Enugu State coming 5th, and considering all the 36 states and federal, 5th with internal generated revenue of 180.5 billion naira. And Anambra State, that is a commercial city. In my own town, Nnewi, they have up to 20,000 shops, reporting 42.69 billion naira, 25% of Enugu State.
Yes.
And it's not far from his predecessor, Willie Obiano, reported. Meanwhile, a shop in Nnewi that used to pay about 8,000 naira is today paying 33,800. Yet the governor is reporting figures that are similar to what Willie Obiano reported, His Excellency Willie Obiano reported. So there is a lot of problem in Anambra State.
Mr. Nwosu, yeah, so just let's go back to that question. Confirm for us, perhaps, if the likes of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the likes of David Mark, the likes of Rotimi Amechi, Ralph Aregbesola, were there campaigns? Were they present in those campaigns? Secondly, how many party agents did the ADC have in these elections? Because the reports we have is that there were literally no party agents for most of the opposing parties.
Well, my party gave me the support. They are not from Anambra State. So they gave me the required support. You saw the tweet of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, asking the people to vote for me and all the rest of it. What has happened is the effect of vote buying, because I announced that I'm not going to play with my integrity. I'm not going to buy any vote. For agents, we filled all the agents' positions. We filled, and I paid all the required allowances for the party agents. But what I did not do, because I said it from day one, that vote buying. I can tell you today, the politics of the Southeast is moving from being strategic to transactional. My people are being transactional is a problem, which I had a meeting with some of the concerned professionals in Okreji's in Anambra State yesterday, that something has to be done on the issue of vote buying. But more is expected from the federal government of Nigeria and the agencies. I saw Sarah giving INEC 7 days to expose the people that sponsored vote buying. We don't need to ask INEC. The security agencies have apprehended the supporters, workers of APGA government and APC. They are the majority of people that were apprehended. They never denied that they are working for APGA and whatever. And as a matter of fact, when somebody is paying you to go and vote for APGA or for APC, what else do you need? But you should apprehend the people that funded the illegal activities. So we don't need to go far, it's high time in this country that we face realities, face fast, instead of continue going round and round. Our democracy is dying, I have to tell you.
Mr.
Something
Nwosu,
urgent needs to be done, because my challenge is, if the re-election of Professor Charles Soludo is allowed to stand, the issue of vote buying will extend to other states. I'm being honest with you, because what it means is that governors will just keep money and wait at the end of the day, they buy votes.
Mr. Nwosu, you were talking about Anambra's IGR earlier on. I believe you were making reference to it being unimpressive. But what we have, according to reports from Anambra State government, is that from 2023, when the IGR was a mere 2.2 million naira, it has been shored up to 5.2 billion naira in 2024, and perhaps the 2025 figures may be even more than this. In terms, you keep emphasizing on vote buying, but some would say all political parties, perhaps all the major parties, are complicit in vote buying. Is your complaint hinged on the fact that perhaps your political party bigwigs did not provide you with the war chest to prosecute this election? Hence, your party may have also been involved in vote buying as well. And besides that, did you fill all party agents for all 5,000 plus polling units in this election?
First of all, I filled all the party agents in 5,718 polling units. I filled all the party agents. Now, if you know where I'm coming from, I'm an Esemerian. I'm supposed to be a priest of the Catholic Church. So, for the past 32 years, I have been running my private business as ICT entrepreneur. I have integrity. I funded my election, with the support of the party. So I have what is required. If I want to get involved in vote buying, I have the money to do that. But it's against my conscience. I'm a man who believes in the rule of law. What is important to me is not to be governed by all means. I believe in following the process. Let the will of God and the masses prevail. But we are talking about a situation where there is so much poverty in Anambra State that vote buying has become a norm. And that is also what is causing voter sympathy. People have lost trust on INEC and their activities, honestly. And that's what is happening here. And I am asking all the people, concerned citizens of Nigeria and Anambra State, to come to the rescue of our democracy. Because if we allow what happened on Saturday to continue,
all right,
I'm telling you, there is no future for democracy. Because in countries like Ghana, where I have office and operate there, before every election, 2 months to election, you will know who is going to win, based on physical performance, what is on ground.
Yeah.
But in our own case, it's media that creates leaders. People sit far away in Lagos or Abuja, telling you exactly what is happening here. And that's why today I'm challenging the media to come. I will take them around Anambra State so that they see things physically for themselves. We are
open to that challenge, Dr. Nwosu. Yes, we are open to that challenge. We have to round off our conversation with you in just a moment. But I mean, beyond the tweets from perhaps the one I'll refer to as the leader of the party, ADC, I mean, people would have expected him to do more, and the other big wigs in that party. But I'm going to ask you two questions in one. Could you have been open to mergers and alliances, perhaps if the likes of ADC, LP, PDP, and APC had come together before the elections? Were you open to it? And what kind of conversations did you have before the elections? And then my second question would be, what are your plans? What's the next phase? Now that the results have been announced, are you headed for the courts, Mr. Nwosu?
First of all, before the election, I was open to mergers. As you are aware, Labour Party is part of the coalition, ADC coalition. Where His Excellency Peter Obi, the leader of Labour Party, was given the position of National Organizing Secretary, for for which he appointed Honorable Chinedu Itiko, who is today the National Organizing Secretary. Then we saw Labour again having a candidate in the name of Chief Dr. George Morgan, for which I have a discussion with, because I left the Labour Party based on 4th of April, a day before the governorship primary, to be conducted between me and Chief Dr. George Morgan, because of the Supreme Court judgment sacking the leadership of Barrister Julius Abure, who they said they have overstayed in office. And as a law-abiding citizen who believes in rule of law, I have to withdraw from the race and join ADC, because I cannot go against the rules of the Supreme Court that the people that were to conduct primary the next day are not fit to do that, So, but going forward election, where I had a meeting with Chief Dr. George Mogaro on the issue of him stepping down from me, since we are both part of the ADC coalition.
Yes.
And the fact that
totally
IPO the structure of Labour Party in Anambra State. Then on what?
Dr. Nwosu, yes, we're totally out of time, but are you headed for the courts? Just yes or no, it's fine for us.
Well, I'm still discussing with my party. I'm still reviewing the results. I'm a team player. Within the coming days, I will tell you what my plans are. For now, I'm still reviewing the results and having discussions with the party, because I believe in working with the party in anything I want to do. Thank you.
Mr. Nwosu, as we wrap up now, I'd like you to tell us, because the winner in this election has spoken earlier on, and he said he's willing to work with other candidates. So if he extends a hand of fellowship to you and all other candidates in this election, would you be willing to work with him?
Well, you see, the state is supreme. But what is important to me is the process through which INEC produced it. Because it's not necessary for me. I can always work with anybody for the progress of my state. My ambition is not do or die, because I have a job. I'm not a business politician, but I'm an ICT entrepreneur. I have a business. I have a source of living. So, what is important is let him emerge in the right way, because I want the process to be reviewed. Because if we continue this way, what it means is that in every election, somebody will go ahead and do all illegal things. The moment he emerges, he calls everybody for them to join him and work.
All right.
It is wrong. We must make sure we grow our democracy, our democratic process, from internal democracy within the party, and the general election.
All right.
Stay informed, stay inspired, stay tuned to Tough Talk Media, where real conversations shape real impact. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Thanks for watching.